It's just me today. Here, we talk about Jags versus Bills in Buffalo. In Buffalo. Now, if you know anything about these two teams, they've played a few times, and guess who has the ups on who? The Jags have the ups, but today, we'll get to that. All right, so with the Bills, right? They've looked great. They lost some key pieces in the offseason on both sides, but it looks as if they got everything together. They've been winning games by committee. There's not one star. Well, people thought Keon Coleman would take over. No, hasn't been the case. The wide receiver one has been Shakir. So far, Keon Coleman didn't even get a target. Also, Josh Allen's legs are a problem. Let's talk about that. For the Jags, it's going to be important to make him stay in the pocket, make him beat you by throwing the ball. Because if he gets out there and he has the defense in a scramble because he's scrambling, well, Jacksonville is not proven to be a team that can stop that quite yet. And I'm a little scared of that because I'm a Jags fan, if you didn't know. But if you're watching this, you know that. Let's talk about the O-line for the Bills. It is heavily important for us to get some type of pressure on Josh Allen as well. But not many teams so far, I know it's been 2 games, not too many teams have had that kind of luck because that O-line looks pretty stellar. They went against Miami's defense last week, and guess what? They couldn't get to him. They couldn't even rush him. Jags got a tough task on their hand. Quite the task on their hand. We're going to get to that about how I feel. But let's go on the other side. The Jags secondary. Stellar. Just on the field too much. They held Amari Cooper last week to just 11 yards. 11 yards. They had him in hell. Who does that? The Jags secondary. But the Jags secondary in the defense is not the problem. The offense is the issue. Looks out of place. Communication's off. Trevor Lawrence is running for his life. The O-line looks even worse than last year. I don't know what to tell you. If you cannot protect your quarterback, you don't have a chance at beating the other team most cases. And Trevor makes it look easy sometimes. Sometimes he gets off some throws that are just simply amazing. He's throwing to Brian Thomas Jr., who looks unguardable so far. 94 yards last game. 94 yards. As a rookie, looks like we got one. Trevor Lawrence is pressured about 40% of the time. Did you hear that number? 40% of the time. What are we doing? What are we doing? Bill's secondary also is nothing to play with. They pressured Miami quite a bit last game, and they got 3 interceptions on tour, and they held Tyreek to a low amount of yards, as well as holding Waddle to a low amount of yards, which got them to win because we all know you have to stop those receivers if you want to have a chance at beating Miami. You can't let them get anything. The Bills' defense weakness is the running game. If you have a good running game against their defense, you can pretty much dictate the game. So it's going to be important for the Jags to include ETN, Tank Bigsby. It's going to be important because if you don't and you just try to roll your way out of this game, we don't have the O-line nor the play calling to go toe-to-toe in a shootout with Josh Allen right now. So let's talk about the all-time record. The all-time record, 10-9, Jags up. So here's probably the point you want to tune in. I got the Bills winning. Sad to say, I got the Bills winning, man. 27-20. I think it'll be a close game. These teams always have a close game no matter what kind of teams they have. But I got the Bills, especially with them being in Buffalo, having the Bills Mafia in their ears because they're going to be loud. They're going to be jumping through tables, probably playing with mayonnaise. Who cares? They're going to win 27-20. I really don't do scores. Don't hold me to it, but just say Bills win. Go Jags. Duval. and I'm out. Oh, y'all still there? Well, since you're here, I'm Hollywood Mo from the Hill Podcast. Stop watching this video. Go watch the other videos, please. Go on about your business. I'm out.